Thank you. The witness is the sister of the victim who was shot by Basij force on Sunday, 17th November. At the time, the victim was only 24 years old. It took a week before the body of the victim was released. The witness and her family have been harassed by the security forces all this time. Witness 32, can you please repeat the words that the chairman would ask you to mention about your testimony?
Yes, I can.
Madam Witness, if you just repeat after me, please. I solemnly declare that I will speak the truth.
I solemnly declare to say the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
The whole truth and not to say anything but the truth.
Okay, if you'd wait there now, there'll be some questions from Counsel, Mr. Sabi, followed by questions from the panel. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you please explain to the tribunal the circumstances of your brothers being shot?
Yes, on a Friday night, my brother realized that the price of petrol had risen. He went to the... I'm sorry, there is a lot of paper being shuffled. We cannot hear what she's saying. And he, like many other protesters, wanted to seek redress for his rights. And my brother... my brother, I can testify that he had no weapon, and on Sunday, my brother left the house and he never returned. And at night, we were informed that my brother had been shot and he has been taken to a hospital. And we never saw my brother again. I saw it myself, that they said that they took him to the operating room, but he never was taken to the operating room, and I had asked to see my brother. I saw my brother, and afterwards they did not deliver the body to us for 2 weeks. We really were feeling very ill because they had killed our brother, and still they were not giving us the body. My father was extremely depressed. He was going from here to there to find my brother, and he could not find the body. After the passage of 5 days, the body was found, and they said they are not going to deliver it until the 2nd of Aban. Afterwards, they delivered the body of my brother, and I am sorry, there is so much static on the line that we can hardly hear her. My brother was 25 years old.
Excuse me. There is static on your microphone. Are you moving something because the interpreters cannot hear you properly? Can you put your device in a stationary position so the noise is cut off? Can you please repeat what you just said? Only the last part.
الان صدای من خوبه؟
بله. Yes.
گفتم برای
I was saying that my brother was 25 years old, and in his own country, all that he received and he was entitled to was a bullet. What was his crime? For what sin they kill him? After the death of my brother, my mother has gotten ill. She cannot cope with it. My father has gotten ill, and if I am here now, it's only because I want to seek justice for the blood of my brother, because he always used to say that our rights should not be trampled upon, and therefore I am here not to let his rights to be trampled upon. If I have not introduced myself, if you cannot see my face, it's only because there is so much security pressure on us. My family is threatened to be killed, not to let us live, etc. And therefore, I cannot introduce myself and show myself. Nevertheless, under all these conditions, I am not going to be silent. I want to know why they killed my brother. And my father, after his death, used to go to all the courts. He lodged complaints against different organs. And now, after the passage of 2 years, no response has been given to my father. And after a year and a half, when the report came, it said that it's the Basij that killed him, and you have no right to pursue the matter at all. What it means is that we killed him, and we had the right to do that. And when he was at the beginning, he was pursuing it in courts. They were telling him that if he persisted, they would also arrest him, meaning my father. Now 2 years has passed from the death of my brother, and further to the fact that we have lost our loved one, and the hope of my father has been lost. We are being persecuted all the time. We are in fear all the time. What have we done? Nothing. It's them who have killed our young loved one. And what else do they want? And the only thing that we want, and the only thing that we are suffering from now is that we are condemned to silence. We cannot seek justice. We cannot defend the rights of my brother. We cannot defend the rights of all those who were killed. My brother was somebody who had not hurt anybody. He was a very kind person. He was a very warm person. He used to help everybody and anybody. And my brother was not entitled to receive a bullet, especially in his own country. Not only his life was taken away from him, but also the life of the others have been taken away from them. And after the death of my brother, we are not living. Really, we are not living. We are stuck in Aban of 1398.
Thank you. You have submitted some documents to the tribunal regarding the death of your brother, including the autopsy report. Can we have the autopsy report on display? While they're going to put that on the display, can you tell the tribunal what was, according to the autopsy report, the cause of the death of your brother?
My brother had received a bullet in his stomach, and the reason for death was excessive bleeding. My brother had no other physical problems. The only reason for his death was excessive bleeding, and the fact that they did not show him enough care when he was shot. They also started shooting everybody around him, so that nobody around him could actually lift him from the street. He was in the rain. He stayed in the rain for 1 hour, and nobody lifted him to take him to the hospital.
Very sorry to hear that. You say that your younger brother was harassed and attacked by the intelligence officers. Can you expand on that and explain how he was attacked and what is the situation now?
He has received threatening messages, and 2 or 3 times they wanted to hit him with a car. They had the intention of killing my brother, and although time passes, they are still threatening him, and my life and the life of the other members of my family are still in danger.
You also mentioned that your father has made a complaint. Can you tell the tribunal which authority the complaint was lodged with?
In the court of the establishment.
Thank you. No further question from counsel. The tribunal may have some questions for you.
Thank you for your testimony. The panel sends you its condolences. I had one question. You mentioned that the Basi killed him, that they said that they killed him. Was that ever confirmed in writing? Or if it was just in a conversation, are you able to give any more details about how about that conversation?
When my father was lodging his complaint and was going and coming every day, after a year and a half, we received a definitive ruling. And in writing, they had said that the Basij had killed him, and we have no right to pursue the matter. And those who were there and witnessed it, they said that they saw that the Basij, the militia, killed him, but these people were all attacked afterwards. They were tortured, and they obtained a guarantee from them. And afterwards, when they asked the same people, they said they didn't even know my brother.
Thank you. And perhaps this is a question for counsel, whether that document is in the possession of counsel.
The council has received it, but because it discloses the identity, it's not displayed.
Thank you.
We'll provide you with the original and the translation.
Thank you. And in relation to your other brother, I think, the one who has received additional threats, was he ever charged with anything? Has he received any legal threats?
My brother is a minor. He's not a major legally, so that has not happened yet. But myself, I have been threatened. They have said they will not let me study, they will not let me work.
And are you able to indicate who has given these threats? Not the names of people, but maybe the unit or the type of agency that is responsible for these threats?
Mostly the threats come from the Ministry of Intelligence.
Thank you.
Can I just follow up with this question? How do you know they come from the Ministry of Intelligence? Do they announce where they're from, or is it what you suspect? How do you know?
A number of the members of my family and also close relatives had been taken there. They had been told to be silent, not to talk to the media, otherwise their life will be threatened. And therefore, I conclude that it is the Ministry of Intelligence.
Thank you, Madam. I think there's no more questions from the panel. Counsel?
No more questions.
Thank you very much, Madam, for taking the time and testifying before the tribunal. We appreciate how difficult it must be to speak about such issues and about the unfortunate death of your brother. So thank you.
ممنونم از شما.
I am also grateful to you.